Are you a fan of weird and wacky things captured out in nature? If so, you are in luck, because there's nothing freakier and creepier than these next inexplicable trail cam clips. These sneaky devices capture insanely cool things in the remote and hidden parts of our forests. But some trail cams capture footage that no one could have seen coming. From freaky children wandering alone to alien creatures and a real-life Grim Reaper. Grab your popcorn and follow along as we dive into 15 of the weirdest things ever caught on trail camera. Number 15. Hell Runner. This guy was minding his own business in his backyard, but unbeknownst to him, his forest camera already captured something that will send shivers down anyone's spine. He was burning some leaves on his huge property when he uploaded a quick selfie video that he thought nothing of. His followers were quick to point out something terrifying in the background, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. A black figure is seen running along at the back end of the forest, and we can't make out much else other than the fact that it's definitely not some ordinary forest creature. This chilling footage quickly went viral, sparking rampant debate over what the scary creature could have been. It's likely that the beast was scared by the flames spreading in the field and decided to make a run for it, only to be accidentally caught on camera for what could be the very first time. Many speculated that this creature could be the Bigfoot, but unfortunately, this is the only clip we have of it, and the man has not been able to find it again. Whether this is Bigfoot, undiscovered humanoid species, or a Wendigo, it's definitely one of the scariest things we have seen in a while. Before we go on, like this video and subscribe with notifications, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week. Trail cam captures what no one was supposed to see. Trail cams are known to capture rare and mysterious animals, but in today's untold topic, we see something that completely defies all logical explanation. The scary footage caught on trail cam shows a very strange creature clinging to a tree branch up in the forest, but we can't help but notice how utterly creepy everything about it is. This car has a clear humanoid shape, and what comes to mind is some eerie skinwalker type creature that is trying to blend into the forest background. Share with us in the comments what your thoughts are on this freaky trail cam picture. Whatever it is, it definitely is not something that we'd like to meet firsthand. Number 14. A tiring situation. This is an example of when wildlife gets entangled with random human objects. A bull elk with a tire around its neck was seen multiple times in different trail cams placed by park rangers in this protected sanctuary in Colorado. It was apparent that the elk and tire duo were getting sick of one another, or should we rather say, tired of each other. It has been months since their crossover occurred, and the elk's antlers grew to a size that makes it impossible to remove the tire. Luckily, the forest rangers were able to use the recorded clips to pinpoint the location of the unfortunate animal, finally ridding it of its round hitchhiker. The deer carrying an unnecessary load had only been spotted 6 times, making the task to find it quite a difficult one. This elk also lived far away from the human populations, so it was extremely wild and nearly impossible to approach. This is one of the coolest encounters ever filmed on trail cam though, and it shows how it enables us to help wildlife in need. Number 13. Little Boy. Why would a little boy in a white shirt and shorts wander around in the dark? Not knowing the exact answer to that is what makes this cam photo really scary. All the ghost skeptics say the child was simply lost, or maybe woke up outside from an episode of sleepwalking. On the other hand, his dead white gaze and awkward posture, plus spooky aura tells a different story. And it is what makes spiritual believers explain the footage away as a manifestation of a little boy's departed soul. So as usual, we'll only lay out the groundwork and let you decide about what this really is. There is no official explanation behind this unsettling footage, and it makes even the steadiest of us a bit nervous. As a trail cam owner, the last thing you want to find is footage of a young child wandering your property at night. This is truly the stuff of nightmares, and the fact that the case was never linked to a missing child makes it all the creepier. Number 12. Intense bear brawl. Some people really like investigating in high-definition recorders to capture amazing yet terrifying predator moments precisely like this. 2 humongous bears battling out for dominance in the jungle. The beasts engage in a half-raising standoff, growling and snarling at one another. And then, wham! The battle ensues. The poor tree got the short end of the stick in this bear brawl when it was unlucky enough to get caught up in the fight. This is definitely some of the most exciting trail cam footage ever recorded. And there's not only one angle to the fight, it was caught by 3 recorders. That's a miraculous stroke of luck though, and this footage is definitely going in the trail cam history books. This trail cam footage really shows the strength and power of these bears, and it's one of the coolest close-up moments in nature we have ever seen. Capturing this is definitely like hitting the trail cam jackpot though. Number 11. Spooky lights. You won't expect bright glimmering lights to shine onto cameras on mountain slopes where there's thousands and thousands of trees, right? Wrong. Deep into the rural woods of British Columbia, this guy's camcorder captures spooky lights flickering in the distance. And we'll get ahead of you and counter the idea of animal eyes producing the anomaly. It's clear that these blinking lights are way too irregular to be animals. No deer or raccoon eyeballs could reflect light in this way. What makes it even weirder is that the lights seem to be peering down at the camera from behind the trees. Many people immediately turned to alien activity upon seeing this mysterious clip, and it seems like one of the only plausible explanations to this unsettling footage that has left everyone speechless. These strange lights show exactly why you can never know what to expect from your trail cam, as sometimes you may capture candid animal moments, but other times you may find deeply disturbing footage that becomes a mystery intriguing many people. Number 10. Breathing Earth. The Ents of Middle-earth have finally awoken and decided to fight White Wizard Saruman. We're just teasing, but if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings though, we are sorry to say, but this clip right here is the closest we can come to that scene in real life. The phenomenon is actually called breathing earth. This happens when the ground is loose and the wind is significantly stronger than normal, causing trees to move and pull at their web of roots. In turn, this causes the ground to bob up and down, as if readying to attack the orcs of Barad-dûr. This rare phenomenon was captured on trail cam, but if someone had to come across this weird scene without knowing what it was, it would definitely be terrifying. One might think that you are actually about to be swallowed by the earth though, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. The breathing forest is definitely one of the most insane things ever captured by trail cam. Number 9. Stop dead in your tracks. There's a place in the cold regions of Russia that lives in infamy for a single chilling reason. The Yeti. You heard that right. Many people have already reported sightings of Yetis in this region. These boys driving along a snowy road near the Ural Mountains were at the right spot at the right time, catching the best footage of the mythical creature we have seen so far. From their reactions, we can confidently say the clip was real and authentic, because otherwise, if this is an elaborate prank, then they did a great job, and kudos to the man in a Yeti suit standing alone in the cold and dark. It seems unlikely that this is a prank though, as there is something freaky about this clip that strikes a very unsettling note in our mind. The abominable snowman has until now just been a mythical beast, but this footage may be the first real evidence of it we have ever seen. Before we go on in this freaky list, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to see more of our mind-blowing videos. Number 8. Humanoid Figure. Who says weird and creepy things could only be captured in the dead of night? Because contrary to that belief, this humanoid outline was seen standing in broad daylight by a couple of hikers along a trail in the Tennessee woods. What would you do if you encountered something like this? Would you stop on your tracks and whip out a camera like these people? It might be a bit of a scary encounter, but the hikers were incredibly lucky to capture such cool footage on the trail. Trail cams in the area are set up in hopes of catching this creature again, but so far we have only this one strange encounter to go on. This creepy figure is a tad more on the unsettling side when we rewatch this clip. It clearly looks like the scary figure is intently watching the hikers from a distance, making this encounter all the more frightening. The strange creature hasn't been seen again, but this creepy footage is proof enough that there are creatures living deep in the woods we know absolutely nothing about. Number 7. Annoying raccoons. Other than mischievous house pets, most North Americans are pretty much used to dealing with these annoying little garbage busters. That's us humans though. Other animals, not so much. For example, deers. At first, they were tolerant of the thieving rascals who were taking advantage of the laid-out food on the fields. But a couple of hours and a couple of raccoons later, the buck's patience was put to the test. Food supply was running low, yet raccoons kept on coming. And so, the buck decided to take action itself. In the end, the sheer number and classic raccoon persistence left the buck a bit overwhelmed, and in the process, a feud was born. Seeing candid moments in nature is the purpose behind installing a trail cam. And it's definitely a cool find to check your camera and see an epic raccoon-buck battle. Funny moments like these are certainly one of the perks of owning a trail cam, and this footage quickly went viral. Number 6. Funimals. You haven't seen everything there is to life up until now. Introducing Funimals, the ideal embodiment of the word weird into trail cam captures. What's hilarious about this is that the Kansas Police Department were the ones to set up the cameras in an effort to track down a real and dangerous cougar. Instead, the universe pulls a prank on them, bringing them these, let's just say, obscure and funny-looking animals. Gorillas wrestling, a werewolf, even Swamp Monster, and Santa himself. These people found a hilarious way to spend their night, by dressing up in animal costumes and posing in front of said trail cam. The footage made headlines as one of the funniest things to have ever been captured on dashcam, and the comedic genius behind this prank is impeccable. It was never found who was hiding inside the costumes, making this one of the best successful pranks ever. Even though these cameras didn't end up catching the cougar that night, the funny footage provided viewers with a good chuckle. Number 5. Grim Reaper. Death itself got bored of waiting for spirits to bring to the underworld, and so it decided to have a late-night stroll in the woods. Maybe this Grim Reaper was scouting for souls, or simply enjoying a night off. But he can clearly be seen from the trail cam footage. This creepy footage was taken near the end of 2012, right on time to add fuel to the fire of the apocalyptic craze at the end of the Mayan calendar that was feared back then. Many skeptics claim that the footage was part of some hoax, but whether this was real or not, it's definitely not something you want to find on your trail cam. Seeing the Grim Reaper wandering your property in the dead of night will definitely give anyone some nightmares, and it's definitely one of the most unsettling things to have ever been caught on camera. While we can't say for sure whether this is real footage of a supernatural Grim Reaper, it's undeniably one of the scariest things we've seen in a while. Number 4. Deer views. Considering the scary and unexplained things we have seen on trail cameras, we can only imagine the weird stuff the creatures who wandered the woods must have seen. These next few trail cam clips show some of the strangest moments with deer, and it's nothing shy of horrifying. The first image starts off innocently enough, with a man striking a pose next to the friendly deer. But the next images take a dive towards the worst. We see ghostly figures next to the deer in the trail cam footage, and it's clear that they also must be aware of the creepy presence next to them. We aren't sure whether these horrifying creatures are ghostly apparitions or some alien creatures, but they definitely have our hair standing on edge. This is the last thing you want to discover on your trail cam though, as finding out your property is plagued by supernatural activity is definitely not a welcome discovery. This trail cam captured the scary moments, but at least the evidence was able to make the owner of the trail cam aware of the freaky beasts roaming around the woods of their property. Number 3. Creepy crawlies. This trail cam footage, unfortunately, doesn't show creepy crawlies like spiders and centipedes, although we wish this was rather than what this unfortunate trail cam captured. What we see is a pale, ghoulish creature that has been burned straight into our nightmares. The freaky beast is seen staring right at the camera with its piercing gaze and gaping jaws, and our worst fear is now seeing this thing crawl towards us at night. We can only imagine how horrified the owner of this trail cam was upon finding this horrifying image, and he quickly uploaded it to the internet where it went viral. Viewers were quick to point out that the scary beast could have been a skinwalker, an alien creature, or some lab experiment gone wrong that escaped. This footage is undeniably the scariest thing we have ever seen caught on trail cam, and while we don't know where the eerie beast went, we hope it's gone for good. Number 2. Zombie Encounter. Remember the freaky Grim Reaper from number 5? Somebody please tell him that a soul has escaped and decided to stay undead, taken 4 days after the former. This trail camera roll shows a man trying his best to roleplay as a zombie. Unless you pay great attention to detail, everything about this picture would convince you that it's a genuine zombie on the prowl for human flesh. However, we're a bit on the skeptical side on this one. Zooming in on the exposed ribcage, its arrangement seems a bit off. So, do you think it's real, or is the image just a hoax? Let us know down below. Even though there is not an explanation to this mysterious footage, it's definitely either incredibly scary or one of the funniest pranks we have seen in quite some time. Number 1. Zombie Deer. For our last segment, we move to a more natural, yet equally gory version of number 2, the zombie deer. It's not exactly a flesh-eating, brain-hunting deer per se, because let's be honest, they are herbivores, remember? But as you can see, the deer had been struck by misfortune, appearing to have a massive wound on its back. With the poor buck's flesh exposed, this makes it resemble the undead, leaving us to wonder what could have happened or what attacked the animal to leave such a massive mark. The deer seems to have a weird fungal infection taking over, and it's one of the rarest and weirdest things that trail cam footage has ever captured. Coming across this zombie deer would definitely be quite frightening though, and it is one of the most unsettling things we have ever seen on trail cam. And that's it for this session's creepy compilation. Did the videos change how you feel about going camping in the woods? We wouldn't blame you if you did, but nonetheless, take extra care when you're in the wilderness. No one knows if you'll meet any zombie people or annoying raccoons out there. For now, you can camp around our channel for more videos like this, or click on those clips popping out of the screen. Thanks, and until next time.